Desean Jackson bails out his old team, the Philadelphia Eagles, by defeating the first-place Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Jackson had over 130 yards receiving from quarterback Colt McCoy, whose Texas homecoming included an 80% throwing or passing percentage, 25 of 30 for 299 yards for Colt McCoy, who was left for dead by the Cleveland Browns. He was a third-string quarterback, didn't play a snap all preseason with Desean Jackson, and wasn't ready for his speed. So there were some underthrows and balls where yards after the catch in the first half were not there to be made, but once McCoy got his legs under him, he easily ran through or threw over that Dallas Cowboys defense, who may be a little bit overrated to this point. Surprisingly was the defensive performance put on by the Redskins against the Cowboys offense. Tony Romo was under assault all day. The Redskins kept faking a blitz or blitzing, but they showed blitz on every play. And Romo, who's usually good against that type of defense, seemed to be hurting even before he went down with the back injury. He kept bracing himself. He took 4 sacks, including the one that led to him leaving the game. Brandon Wheaton comes in, leads almost 2 touchdown drives because one pass was dropped in the end zone by Dez Bryant. There's a nice touchdown pass to Wheaton, and if they kept him in the game, they probably would have won. But thank God Tony Romo has a little Brett Favre in him, because he insisted on going back in the game. Yes, I want to win, but I want it to be because of me. That's what I saw. I didn't see heroism by Tony Romo. I saw selfishness. They were doing very good with Wheaton. He could have played the next game. They were never going to take his job away. He's making over $100 million. So he should have let Wheaton have his moment, like the Redskins are letting McCoy have his moment before RG3 comes. But I digress. The Cowboys always find a way to lose in the end. They don't know how to handle success. They were in first place, the Eagles reeling after the loss in Arizona. More on that in a second. And they could have ran away with the division. Instead, it's tightened up. The Eagles now only a half game behind, and the Cowboys have to host the Cardinals next week. Now, as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I'm not sure. Do I want the Cardinals to lose that game? I can't root for the Cowboys, but if I could, the Cardinals are the team who would have home field to the playoffs, and you don't want to go back there. You want to come here because home cooking helped the Cardinals win that game because Chris Polk clearly had a touchdown and easily a first down on that last Eagles field goal drive. In fact, had the Eagles just had that 1st and 10 at the inch-yard line, they would have kneeled on the ball 3 times and kicked the field goal with no time left on the clock. So, despite the fact that Nick Foles did throw 2 interceptions and make that game closer than it should have been, the Eagles dominated in Arizona while the Cowboys are stalling. They only gave the ball 19 times to Demarco Murray, who did rush for 141 yards. I think that's because they don't want to wear the guy out. You got to have more than one key component to your offense. Of course, they have Dez Bryant and those guys on the outside, Jason Witten. They're a formidable offense. But if Tony Romo's back is going to be a problem, they may have to depend on Wheaton. So the Eagles get a reprieve despite losing to the Cardinals. I didn't even do a video on that game. I was so disgusted. Chip Kelly should have challenged that ball at the inch-yard line by Polk. But the Cowboys do it again. They come from ahead, look a gift horse in the mouth, and give it back to the Eagles, who now are only a half game behind those Dallas Cowboys. So there you have it. The Washington Redskins go into Dallas on Monday Night Football to win 20-17. Desean Jackson over 130 yards receiving, not spiting the Eagles, but instead taking it to the Cowboys like he always does under the big lights. So maybe let's just hope that the Redskins can stay in it so that they have something to play for the next time they play Dallas. We could use all the help we can get. However, 5-2 is nothing shabby for the Philadelphia Eagles. So there is your NFC East, all teams within 2 games of each other, including the Giants and Redskins. It's going to be a battle to the end. Eagles.